Hello viewers, my name is Frank Kabushenga and we are here right from TFK Luminary Publishers introducing yet another book to our bookstores. And I'm pleased to be with Thomas OKEDI, the author of the Iteso. This is a book coming your way to you, the dear reader and the viewer. It is a book about the Iteso culture, one that you would love to make sure you find, get to read, and get to identify with and see what it carries for you, because we ensure that whatever book we publish has a transformational effect. But before we go any further, I would love to have you, Thomas, tell the viewer something little about yourself as an introduction.
Thank you very much, Frank, and good afternoon. So I am Thomas OKEDI.
Yep.
My story started in 1981 in a little village in Iteso called Agolitom.
Okay.
And from that little village has expanded my career. I am an international humanitarian worker.
Right.
I currently work in Nigeria, I've worked in Afghanistan, I've worked in Yemen and so many other countries around the world. But as I have grown up, as I go into what they call the fifth ladder of my career, into my 50s, I recognize the value of culture.
Yes.
And therefore the Iteso, culture and identity in changing times,
Yes,
is a book that not only rekindles and connects me to my culture, but also provides greater insights for the rest of the Iteso community and the world to understand who are these people called the Iteso, who left Ethiopia in AD 1300 and have expanded into Uganda, have also expanded into Kenya.
right.
So I'm just here to tell a story about the people, a people called the Iteso, but also a transformative story about who these people are.
Right.
Yes.
Quite interesting. Now, you mentioned that this book was birthed at a time when you were undertaking an assignment.
Yes.
For your academic pursuits.
Yes.
So at what point did you see the other side of the assignment to see and identify an opportunity for a book to the world?
Thank you. So I am currently pursuing a doctorate in strategic leadership with Southeastern University.
Okay.
And last year, indeed, like you have said, we had an assignment on cultural intelligence to talk about, write about our culture, talk about the identity of our culture, talk about the origin of our culture. And when I deep dived into research, I discovered that there was a dearth of information about the Iteso.
Yep.
The information sources I could find were information sources on Facebook, a little bit of YouTube videos here and there, a bit of TikTok videos here and there, but these are not authentic academic sources.
Right.
So I realized after passing my assignment, I asked myself, hey, Thomas, why don't you document the history, identity, and culture of the Iteso, so that another person who is doing research in the future does not encounter the same challenges you have encountered? I went through a lot trying to search for information, but I discovered I can actually be able to dig deeper. So I spoke to people. I did a mini ethnographic research where I inquired from more than 400 people.
Yep.
What is our culture about? What is the identity of our culture? Who are some of the prominent people this region called Iteso has produced from independence up to 2025? And what are some of the challenges we have encountered as a people in Iteso?
Right.
And where or what can we be able to do differently so that we can be able to emerge from some of the challenges that we encountered? So for me, whereas it started off as an academic pursuit, I discovered that I can be able to make a contribution to my society by elaborately documenting the history of the Iteso, documenting their culture, documenting their identity, and making it plain for current and future generations to reference.
Right. So while on the road to that, to your research, what could have been the most, what stood out the most for you among the discoveries that you established about the Iteso culture?
For me, one of the things I discovered is how far we have gone as a culture. We have our origins in Ethiopia, in a place called, now it is called the Southern Nations and Peoples Nationalities. That is where we originated from. We passed through Kenya among the Turkana. We passed through the Karimojong in northeast Uganda. We are related to the Kumam because they are part of us.
Wow.
And we kept on moving, went through Palisa, or what is now called the present day OKEDI, went through Palisa, passed through Tororo and Busia, and we are also established in Kenya. So when I looked at that, I said, okay, so we are looking at Ethiopia, we are looking at identity in Kenya, in the northeast of Kenya among the Turkana, we are looking at identity among in the northeast of Uganda among the Karimojong, we are looking at an identity among the Iteso tribes of Uganda, and we are looking at an identity around the OKEDI region of Uganda and spanning into Kenya. I looked at that and said, okay, had I not reflected on the trajectory, the migration trajectory of the Iteso, I wouldn't have discovered how expansive it is in terms of how far they go.
Wow.
And to also mention, the Iteso also part of the Iteso region, so the Ateker speaking people, so to say. Ateker speaking people are people who share linguistic patterns, they share identity, they share culture, they share origin. Some of these tribes are also found in South Sudan. Little wonder that every time I've traveled as part of my international humanitarian work, I encounter some of the names like OKEDI, and I'm like, how did this name originate? How is it in Ethiopia? How is it in South Sudan? How is it in parts of where the Iteso don't predominantly occupy? And yet this name is there. So I saw a bit of that common identity, and it was very revealing.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, in the advent of globalization, we have a situation where, for example, the youth have been exposed to the first world and are seemingly moving on. What could be the essence of making sure that they keep that identification with their roots? What do you say in that regard?
What is very revealing is that our identity defines us when we are born.
Right.
But we also end with the same identity.
Okay.
I can talk about Shaka Sali. Shaka Sali was a Muchiga boy. Grew up in Kabale.
Kid from Kabale.
Kid from Kabale, yes. Grew up from Kabale, was educated by Uganda, expanded and went into the global echelons of journalism in the US. Even when he died and he was buried, or what is the other word they use? He wasn't really buried.
He was cremated.
He was cremated in the US. He still remained a Muchiga boy.
Yes. It was.
So from birth, he was a Muchiga boy. When he died, he was a Muchiga boy. Our identity, while we may metamorphose, we may identify with developments around the world, at the end of the day, when the sun sets on us, we return to our identity.
Right.
And that is why it's very important.
Wow. So now, here is a book coming our way. What do you think would be, what do you think someone who is not from Iteso stands to benefit from this book?
Let me tell you one.
Just flown in and you're an aristocrat. What should give you the reason to pick on?
Let me tell you one very interesting fact about our country, Uganda. Uganda has, over the last 20 years, become a country of intermarriages. Okay. So you might be a father today with a daughter. And in 5 years' time, your daughter might be bringing an Iteso guy to you. Why don't you understand about the Iteso now? So that when your daughter comes with an OKEDI, you're like, I know an OKEDI, I know their culture, I know their identity. Uganda is a multi-ethnic country, and it only serves us well as a country when we understand each other and when we understand each other's cultures, because we don't know where our children will end up. Right. And that is why some of our elders in the 60s and the 70s, there was a government policy that children from one part of the country had to be educated in another part of the country. And that's why you find people like Aronda Nyakirima, the former Minister of Internal Affairs, did his high school education and secondary school education all the way in Kitgum, even though he came from Western Uganda. And the whole purpose was let people understand their country, so that when they understand their country, they can serve it better. Wow. So this is another addition to that part of the knowledge sharing. Today you might be a Muganda, tomorrow you are a Munyankole, the other day you are whatever you are, but you definitely will encounter an Iteso either at the place of work, or they will become your in-law, or you will marry among them, or you will socialize with them. So it is important that we get to understand each other and appreciate each other from the values that we hold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, I also see a strong case you have done in this book,
Yeah.
where you talk profoundly about the leadership
Yes.
of the region and their achievements.
Yes.
But also you juxtapose with the challenges
Yeah.
in the region.
Yeah.
What were you trying to put across for the reader out there?
When I decided to document prominent leaders Iteso region has produced from independence up to last year, 2025,
Yeah.
my main reasoning was to expose two things. That number one, even an average kid who has 1 meal a day
Yeah.
in one of the villages without power in Uganda can emerge and become someone prominent in life.
Right.
And indeed, if you trace the history of most of these people we call prominent leaders, or most of the people who became prominent leaders, there are people who walk to school barefooted. There are people who had 1 meal a day. There are people who were raised by single parents.
Yeah.
There are people who had to run away from armed conflict. They had all the disadvantages against them, and yet they emerged and became something powerful in terms of leadership for this country. Some of them even ending up becoming global icons in their spheres of influence.
Yeah.
So what I'm simply telling a boy or a girl in Iteso, or a boy or a girl in any other part of Uganda,
Yeah.
is that let not your present conditions undermine your efforts for the future, because you don't know what you will become.
Yep.
You don't know what you will become. So that is simply the message. And also the other second thing I was also looking at in terms of documenting that leadership story is that what are some of the beautiful things around leadership, around contribution,
Yeah.
that we can be able to learn as a future generation from the people who have walked before us? What can we learn from the current vice president? What can we learn from Cuthbert Obuangor? What can we learn from people who have made an immense contribution to Uganda and to the world? So that even when we are doing our sciences, even when we are doing arts at school, we have an image in mind that I also want to become so and so. I also want to become an author like OKEDI because this book has impacted my life.
Right.
So that is the major reason why I decided to cover and bring on board and illuminate stories of leaders who have made an impact in Iteso.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So as we get to the conclusion of this, what chapter is it that carried your day after you have written your book and it has been reviewed? Which chapter do you feel is the chapter that is your headliner?
For me,
as an author?
it is the entire book, because the entire book chronicles the history of the Iteso.
Yeah.
First of all, it exposes who are the Iteso. Where did they come from? What is their identity? Their identity in terms of dressing, their identity in terms of food,
Yeah.
their identity in terms of mannerisms, their identity in terms of marriage, their identity in terms of death and burial, their identity in terms of a whole lot of things. And then I moved further to look at and say, okay, so but what have been some of the problems that have bedeviled us as a region? And what can we be able to do as a region to emerge out of those problems over the last 40 years?
Right.
So that the next 40 years of our chapter as a region are different 40 years. 40 years which are not marked by 56% poverty level, but 40 years in the future which are years of celebration, years of ululation, years of amazement. And then the last part I looked at is, look at the leaders we have had in the region. Look at their contribution.
Yeah.
Can we have more of this emerging amongst us, so that we can go back and take transformation to our communities and cause immense development in our communities, so that indeed we can be able to make a transformation. And I ended the book by being playful.
Yeah.
Playful in a sense that I introduced proverbs.
Yes.
There are many other proverbs that we talk about in our communities in Iteso. Ikoniko ke yaune mali. Ikoniko ke yaune mali means it is your child who will bring wealth home. So even when a father, even when a mother is educating a child, they know my child will be blessed,
Yeah.
and they will bring wealth home in the future.
Right.
There are many proverbs I've talked about. So for me, it's really about the entire book. And for you, reader, I want to encourage you to get this book, because this book is not a book you're going to read and place aside.
Yeah.
It's going to be a reference manual for you. When you want to understand the challenges Iteso has gone through, you'll find them in the book. When you want to understand some of the strategic community development initiatives we can implement as a region, you can find them in the book. When you want to understand about some of the little proverbs that have shaped our identity and our education as Iteso, you'll find them in the book.
Yeah.
So it is not a book you're going to buy today, read for 1 week and throw away. You are going to find it a perfect companion, and you'll get back to me and say, Thomas, thank you for documenting our history.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
That was a worthwhile journey.
Thank you.
And we thank God that it has come yet to a time
Thank you.
when this book is released to the hands of the people who are viewing us.
Thank you.
And hoping that they will read it and wholesomely, just as the author has said that to him, the entire book is as valuable as he thought it through.
Yes.
And so thank you very much for making the time.
Thank you.
And investing
Thank you,
all that you did.
Thank you, Frank.
Because now the world is going to be a better place that we have this one book up for grabs, and may you be one of them.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you, Frank.
Yeah.